Well, you know, spring games over with. I think most of the main ones I want to talk about, so far. Well, I'm Alabama over with, but I'm gonna start with Ohio State because that's what I'm really gonna start with. Ohio State. Where did I go? I'm gonna start with the positives. Is running backs is loaded. Running back room loaded. Mayan Williams. Trainer. Dude look good. You feel me? Like, dude look like he could start at like Indiana or something, or like Wisconsin or something. He look like he could start at another school. What it was? Evan Pryor coming off ACL injury. We don't know how that go. I don't know, Travion Henderson, man. It look like, I don't know if he gonna make it. Like, I don't know, cause like I said, them some big boys with Mayan Williams and train them. Mayan Williams like 220, train them like 225. And they get them yards. They dragging folks. And Henderson, luckily he got another year, so he can stay. Extra 2 years or whatever. Fifth year if you have to. But he gotta get together, man. Like, Travion Henderson gotta get together. Because he gonna be going in that portal. Definitely have another school offering money. Big Bad Alexander just went to USC, which is, I figured it's gonna be USC or Texas. They offering the bag. But either way, wide receivers, I ain't gonna take too much in the wide receivers that, but because like I said, Marvin Harrison Jr., I mean, we know what he could do. The best returning wide receiver in college football. The third best player in college football behind Brock Bowers and Caleb Williams. Emeka Egbuka, top 10 wide receiver. Julian Fleming, he's a solid receiver. Him and Ladd McConkey on the same. Well, Ladd McConkey better though. No, I take Ladd McConkey over Julian Fleming. So far what they did in college. Cause Ladd McConkey, he cooking. He cooking players. But they got some solid wide receivers. So I ain't gonna really take too much in that. Dealing with the fact that Marvin Harrison Jr. gonna be playing 4 quarters and Emeka Egbuka. Then you got it's 2 wide receivers gonna be gone from Ohio State. I mean, I don't know who. Kojo Antwi and Caleb Bryan, some of them gonna be gone. Caleb Burton, because so far that 2022 wide receiver class got all the hype. I mean, for a while I had to hear about how loaded Ohio State 2022 wide receiver class was with but it was Kyon Graves, Caleb Burton, Caleb Bryan, Kojo Antwi. And probably I'm missing one more. I don't know. It probably, but I had to hear about how loaded it was with them wide receivers, for a long time. And that 2022 wide receiver class is disappointing so far, because the 2023 wide receiver class, and Cornell Tate, Brandon Anderson came yet until the summer, but Cornell Tate is already looking good. He's looking better than some of the 2022 wide receivers, you feel me? Which, I mean, it ain't, surprising because, it's only 1 year apart. But you get what I'm saying? That 2022 wide receiver class had high hopes, And I think, was Jalen Ballard in 2022 class? 2021 class, one of them. I think it was in 2021. I can't remember. But dude, he fast. He very fast, But this is how life goes. Two wide receivers gonna be gone soon. Then again, some might stay. Like G. Scott, it's time for him to kick rocks. I mean, G. Scott Jr., it's time for him to go. Just play some else. Go back to Washington or something. Because Jelani Thurman, it look like he gonna be playing over him. If not now, maybe like 4th, 5th game he is. And you got the Stover dude, K Stover, he's still there. And I don't know. So the running backs in the wide receiver room, I ain't gonna really worry about. Ohio State always have good running backs. It's just like Georgia and Alabama. If Alabama and Georgia don't have nothing else, they're gonna always have a good, solid running back room. That's what Ohio State have. So the running backs check. Wide receivers. As long as Marvin Harrison Jr. as long as Marvin Harrison Jr. don't get hurt, check. Tight end room, work in progress. I don't know. Tight end room, really don't really matter because Ohio State is a wide receiver led team. You feel me? So, but O-line, a lot of Ohio State, insiders and podcasters worried, because, they just don't have that just elite, like a Maris Mills or a J.C. Latham just ready in the wings, you feel me? So a lot of them worried, with DeJuan Jones and Paris Johnson Jr., both gonna be top. Well, DeJuan Jones might sneak in the first round. Like maybe the Steelers or somebody take him, the Bengals or somebody. But that's gonna be some big losses. Bringing in a quarterback, an inexperienced quarterback. Then the O-line struggling. It's gonna be like that in the spring though. Definitely bring in new players. It always be like that in the spring. So, I ain't gonna bring too much in there. Cause I'm gonna get to the moral story. Defense, D-line loaded. D-line very loaded. Linebackers, CJ Hitz. I told Ohio State fans like, y'all got some with CJ Hitz. If he stay healthy, like CJ Hitz remind me of Dylan Moses when he was in his prime. Like the body frame, like 6'3", 220. Lean. He can run, athletic. Like CJ Hitz, he gonna get on the field. He gonna somehow get on the field. He gonna be a dude if he stay healthy. The secondary. Denzel Burke and some players. You got the transfer from Ole Miss and Oklahoma State and all that. What is his name? Dude, like JC Ransom. I think like 5th, 6th. He like 6th. This is like 6th year, I think. I think he was in 2018 class. So y'all got some solid players on defense. Definitely the D-line. The D-line and JT and Kenyatta Jackson, I heard, Eden, and Mike Hall and all them dudes that be getting out of the gaps. I forgot his name. Tariq Williams, yeah. But either way, it's, y'all, and quarterbacks, like I say, it's hard to judge quarterbacks in the spring because, like I say, the wide receivers didn't really play like that, and so I ain't gonna really take too much because, like I say, the moral of the story is Ohio State gonna win 10 games regardless. I'm just being real. So like I said, I ain't gonna really, like I say, the spring game and all that. Like they not like, some team that is borderline 8-9 win team already. They automatically gonna win 10 games. But the reason I say the games I'm looking at, from how they looking at the spring is Notre Dame, Penn State, and Michigan. Cause those are the only teams that, realistically, I know upsets happen, but like those are 3 games I would actually bet, would think about betting against Ohio State as Notre Dame, at Notre Dame, Penn State, and of course at Michigan. So, however, Kyle McCord or Devin Brown look, I don't know how they gonna look. You feel me? Like, cause Notre Dame gonna be a good team. With Sam Hartman, I think Tyler Butler gonna start next year after Sam Hartman. It's gonna be Sam Hartman team. He a 6-year senior. He know what he doing. And Notre Dame, that gonna be a very good game. Like, he coming into Notre Dame with a first-year quarterback. Probably gonna be with his third. If it be Kyle McCord, gonna be like his 4th game, I think. Going into Notre Dame, his 4th game starting. And if it be David Brown, it's gonna be like his 3rd game starting. So that gonna be very tough. Cause it's a lot of pressure on Ryan Day right now. It's a lot of pressure. Cause Notre Dame, if he lose that one, there's gonna be a lot of chatter. And then, if somehow, some way, Penn State upset him at home. Because they almost had him last year till JT had the Superman game. If he lose to Notre Dame and Penn State, automatically out the playoffs, he has no choice but to get his team ready for Michigan and beat them they got to beat Michigan. No way they can lose 3 games in the season. Like, he gone. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Ryan Day lose to Notre Dame, Penn State, and Michigan. He gone. And just so happen, if he do lose to Notre Dame and Penn State, he has to beat Michigan. That's the only thing they'll say. Like, if he lose to Penn State and Michigan, then there's gonna be some chatter. Like, they might reconstruct his contract some going into 2024 season. Cause that can't, you feel me? Like, it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be a lot of Ohio State fans upset if Ohio State don't make the playoffs again this year. Well, they made the playoffs last year because, of course, USC choked. But I'm saying they don't make the playoffs this year, and they lose 2 season games, 2 regular season games, and definitely 3. If he lose 3, he gone. But if he lose 2, there's gonna be a lot of Ohio State fans mad, upset. But more of the story is, Ohio State gonna be fine. I'm not gonna sit and say, oh, they gonna lose 4 games, Because like I say, more like the Big Ten is not good enough yet to really compete with Ohio State. Like Nebraska and Wisconsin trying to come back, but they still about a long way behind. So like I say, the only 3 games that really should be concerning as a Ohio State fan, I said at Notre Dame, Penn State, at Michigan. And the chances of them losing one of those games is like a 75% chance. The chance of them losing 2 of them games is like a 40% chance. And the chance of them losing all 3 is like a 15% chance. So, if you're a Ohio State fan, I would be worried. I ain't gonna sit and tell you no story. I would be worried, because you got at Michigan, which is gonna be cold weather again. It's gonna be cold and snowing at Michigan. And then you got at Notre Dame early in the season with an inexperienced quarterback. So I ain't gonna do projection yet, cause you gotta see. I ain't gonna do all projection, cause you gotta see who all leave and return, for the transfer portal. So I'm gonna do that around about June, maybe July. I don't know, cause right now we got NFL draft coming up, and I gotta talk about Alabama, and all them, and for the spring, and Florida State and all them. But like Ohio State fans, check in. Let me know what y'all think about how y'all feeling and how y'all good y'all team is. Let me know. But I'm out. Go Dog, baby.